My name is Hannah, and this is my beauty budget. Hey guys, so I'm not sure how long this is gonna go on, but let's take advantage of it for the time being, shall we? It's my birthday. Not the day you're watching this, but the day that I'm filming this. It's my birthday. I haven't filmed in a long time because I pre-filmed a bunch for Valentango, the big tango festival that Joe and I were working at last weekend. So I did a bunch of filming last week. I actually had to film even extra double pre-filming because I had to fit in a bunch of videos before the end of the month. So I did a bunch of filming. We prepared, we went to Valentango, a bunch of videos went up while we were there. I'm still not caught up on comments on the ethical consumerism videos, so I'm sorry about that. But I will get there. Cat hair. And now it's my birthday, Wednesday, February 27th. I'm a Pisces. I sometimes get asked that in the comments. I'm a Pisces. And I'm filming Friday's video. It should be my check-in. It should be my check-in because tomorrow is the last day of the month, and I usually post the video that's the check-in video either on the last day of the month or on the very first day of the next month or the first video day of the next month. But the check-ins, they are taxing. It's a deep dive. They take a long time to film. They take a little bit longer to edit than some of my other videos. Okay, she's had it. And I do love filming, and I'm not put out that I have to film on my birthday. This is actually a lovely way to spend part of my birthday. I just don't want to spend 2 hours filming because it's the evening. What I want to do after this is to have dinner with Joe and just hang out with Joe and have a good long time to spend the rest of the evening with him instead of just filming right up until when it's time to go to bed. So I decided to film a shorter and less emotionally taxing video today. This is going to be the video about how I spent my budget in the month of February. And as if I haven't rambled on long enough in this intro, I have 2 more things to tell you before we get into the meat of the video. But if you'd like to skip to the end of the intro, I will timestamp it at the top of the description box. I've started doing that for every video in which I have a long intro, which is pretty much every video. There's usually a timestamp at the top of the description box in case you don't want to hear the other things I have to say other than the things that were promised in the title of the video and the thumbnail. Item number 1, if all has gone as planned, and I think that it should have, I should have just shown you my new intro music card art. My new, what would you even call that? Title card? My new title card. So the little bit that shows in between my name is Hannah and this is my beauty budget and me saying, hey y'all, blah, 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 long intro. Last month, I got an email from an artist and graphic designer named Hallie Breen. She's one of my subscribers. She is incredibly talented and she was offering to give me a non-physical gift, the gift of some art for my channel. And of course I said yes. What an amazing offer. So the banner on the top of my channel, if you go to my channel homepage on YouTube, you'll be able to see the whole thing, the banner that she designed. That's Hallie's work. It's so awesome. And I did want to tell you guys not just about Hallie and her work, and I'll leave all of her information down below so that you can follow her on Instagram and you can visit her website if you're interested. Not just that, but I wanted to specifically tell you how wonderful she was to work with. I wasn't hiring her because she was giving me her services for free as a gift, but I would hire her. I know that that kind of work, the work that she does, is difficult, not just because it's hard to make artwork to someone else's specifications or artwork that someone else is going to be using, but because it requires a kind of management, a kind of people skills. It requires a sensitivity to people's visions, and it requires really good communication skills. And she has all of that in droves. If you are looking for an artist or a designer who does the kind of work that you see in my title card and in my banner, Hallie Breen, I highly recommend her. She was an absolute dream to work with. And my second endorsement of the evening, my friend Julene has started her own YouTube channel. I'm gonna try to get that like, yay, that like people cheering sound. I don't know where you find that on the internet, but I'm gonna try to get that and I'm gonna stick it into the video right now. Julene, she started her own channel. So many of you fell in love with Julene just as I did years and years ago when we first met. when she was a guest on my channel in my first, in what I hope will be a series of videos called My Beautiful Friend. And I will of course put that video in the cards right now. She did a beautiful channel introduction video that went up last Friday. Her second video should be up today because she's committed to putting a video out every single Friday. So this is the day for the second video. I myself haven't seen it yet because it is only Wednesday as I film this, but I'm sure that it will be amazing. And Julene, so in her introduction video, she was very sweet and professional and funny and herself, and she said her channel was going to be about aesthetics, and it is, and it's going to be packed with amazing information, but she didn't really let on what an incredible storyteller she is and how many hilarious, dramatic, and bananas stories she has in her back pocket. And I will eat my hat if there is not a storytelling element to Julene's channel, and I'm so here for it. That is the content for which I am subscribed. I mean, I'm subscribed for all of her content, but all I'm saying is you might get a cherry on top of what you sign up for when you subscribe to Julene. Okay, I feel like this has truly been the longest introduction, even in the history of a channel packed with really long introductions. Let's go ahead and get into the meat of the video. So my budget is $200 a month, but I did not spend the whole thing in January. I saved the extraordinary amount of $10 of my January budget. I only spent $190 of my budget in January. So that meant that $10 of my budget rolled over to February, and I started out this month with $210 in my budget. I do have a little bit of storytelling to go along with it, mostly for the makeup category. Makeup is first on the list, and it was also the first stuff that I bought. And the story is that I ended up in an Ulta on February 1st. And I feel weird about it. I feel a little bit proud of myself this month because I didn't spend the whole budget, and I also feel a little bit unhappy with how certain things unfolded. I'm not really unhappy with anything that I bought, but I was not proud of myself at certain moments over the course of the month. If you've seen my video about my first shopping trip after the end of my no-buy year, I was in the mall on January 1st. So the first day that I had a budget to spend, I happened to find myself in a big mall in LA. And then the first day that my February budget renewed, I just happened to find myself in an Ulta. And when it happened in January, I was like, oh, scheduling, like it was the only day I had to return this thing. I had a gift card, like it was just, in that video, I was like, I didn't go shopping on the first day of the year on purpose. It was just a coincidence. And I told myself the same story this month. I was like, this is just my first and only day off in a long time, and this is the only time I'm gonna have. And I've been thinking about maybe getting that lip gloss and blah, blah, blah. And then after I'd been in the Ulta for a little while, I was like, Hannah, you're just here because it's the first day of the month. And I didn't like that. And I was in there and I was shopping, and I bought these 3 lip products. Even though I was just saying that I feel like I'm swimming in lip products. I feel like lip products are reproducing in my drawers when I'm not looking. I ended up buying 3 lip products on that trip to Ulta, and I didn't feel great about it. I sort of had a little reckoning with myself pretty well towards the beginning of the month because I felt like I had let the old shopping bug bite me. And I felt like it happened on the 1st of the month in January, and then on the 1st of the month this month, I was like, bite me again, let's go. And I don't want that to happen anymore. 2 months was enough. So let me tell you about my time in Ulta and the makeup that I bought. I went there because I had it in my mind that I wanted to buy this lip gloss. It's the Urban Decay Cushion Hi-Fi Shine Cushion Lip Gloss, and I had a sample of this in SPL, which is a bright pink with glitter in it. Not the color that I would ordinarily go for. I had a deluxe sample size of it, and I panned it during my no-buy year. Sadie's doing something. Sadie's going into the closet. So I panned this lip gloss mini during my no-buy year and I missed it. It's plumping and it's very, very tenacious. And I don't have another lip gloss like that. I don't have another plumping lip gloss that stays on the lips and creates kind of a lacquer finish. I like lip products to be really, really tenacious. I know that's not true for everyone. Some people would prefer that they be more nourishing and not so sticky, but I really like lip products that really stick on the lips. And I had one and it was that one little deluxe sample size. And then when I used it up, I realized that I wanted a full size. My no-buy year was all about wanting stuff and not buying it. And in many ways, my budget experience is very much about wanting stuff and not buying it. I recently did a whole video about stuff that I want that I'm not going to buy. And this is an expensive lip gloss. It was $20. That's a huge bite out of my budget. A large part of my brain doesn't want to have spent it, doesn't want it enough to have spent it. But for some reason, the day on which my budget renewed, also a day on which I had a free afternoon and was able to take the car and drive to Ulta, happened to be a day on which this seemed like a pressing desire. Like it seemed like a desire that was worth $20. And I almost kind of turned it into my reason for going to Ulta. I was like, oh yeah, I want that lip gloss. I have lip glosses. They're fine. None of them are quite as perfect for me as this. And now that I have it, it is my favorite lip gloss that I have. But what does that even mean? Like, is that worth spending the whole afternoon at Ulta? Is that worth $20? Is that, no, not really. To me, not really. But I did it anyway. I let it be the reason and I took myself there. I didn't know what color I wanted and it took me a long time to decide. And after I had been going back and forth trying on different colors for a while, I felt unhappy that it was taking me so long. And after I had decided, and I decided on the color Naked, it's what I'm wearing right now. Actually, I'm going to apply a little bit more right now. It's got a little glitter, a little iridescence, a little excitement, but not too much. I didn't want just a plain clear gloss. I wanted something that was a little bit exciting because I had really enjoyed the glittery pink aspect of the one that I panned, the little mini. So I decided on this one. And then, and here's where it gets shameful, I wandered around the Ulta for like another hour and I bought 2 more things. I talked about this either in my story time video or in my video my other video about what I bought in January, or maybe it was in something else. I can't remember. I can't remember when I talked about it. But the compulsion to not buy only one thing, or the resistance to the act of only buying one thing. I remember what it was. It was in my video from January about my budget. It was when I went to CVS and I just wanted that one lipstick, that one beige lipstick, and I ended up buying the burgundy mascara too, just because I wanted to buy 2 things. I wanted to buy a bundle. This happened to me in Ulta again. Even though I already did it in January, I clocked it, I reported back to you about it. I said here on my channel, I need to start training myself for it to be okay for me to just buy one thing. I need to get comfortable with the act of only buying one thing. I need to get excited about the act of only buying one thing. I said all of that. And then I went and I did it again. I was there in Ulta, I had picked out my one thing, and I was like, I want to beef out this order a little bit. I want to like beef up my shopping bag before I check out. To be fair, I really love the 2 things that I ended up buying. I might love them even more than I love this. So I'm not saying that it was all a wash and that I am a disaster and that I regret it wholeheartly. I just have kind of mixed feelings. I have mixed feelings about engaging in that intense shopping behavior in the way that I used to. That behavior, that's the behavior I was trying to detach from during the course of my no-buy year. I have largely detached from it. And now I'm allowed to do it. I'm allowing myself to do it a little bit once in a while. But when it happens, I still just have kind of mixed feelings. I don't feel amazing about it. I'm not pushing away or pushing down my mixed feelings about it. I'm just allowing myself to feel them. And it was a little bit of a depressing day, the day that I spent a bunch of time in Ulta, even though I'm pleased with the products and I've been using them all month. So let me tell you what else I bought. Oh my gosh, I thought this video was gonna be short. I thought I was out of practice filming and I've just been chattering away like my life depends on it. I hope it's all right. They are the same color of two NYX products. Does that make sense? I'm gonna just go with it. So this is a lip liner and it's in the color London. And this is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, also in the color London. And I don't even know what I was doing. I think I was just looking for kind of an interesting neutral lip. And I ended up trying on this lip liner and I just went gaga for it. It's such a strange, you know, people call it like a poopy brown. It's like a strange poopy brown, a brown with kind of a yellow undertone, but not so strong as to be mustardy or something. It still looks, can I say it looks natural on me? It still looks somewhat natural on me. And I don't have anything remotely like this. It sort of looks on my hand like it's trying to be peachy. Like I'm putting it here now and I see it as sort of like a peachy yellow brown. There's something about the undertone. There's just something about it on the lip. And I don't know if these swatches are even doing it justice, but I'll tell you, I was wearing this color in the video, the aforementioned video about stuff that I want that I'm not going to buy. I just love it. I'm over the moon that I ended up spending enough miserable time in Ulta to come across this. So I don't know what to say about that. As always, it's messy, gray area, pure complexity, no conclusions. I felt sort of ashamed of myself for that time that I spent in Ulta. I feel kind of ashamed of myself to be reporting back to you that I bought 3 lip products in February after realizing that I'm kind of an overbuyer of lip products in January, but I love the things I bought and I've been really enjoying using them. And you know, part of the reason to budget like this is to give yourself wiggle room, to do the things and to buy the things. I don't want to have too much stuff, so I'm considering really trying to buy fewer lip products going forward. I'm considering really putting some measures in place, but I don't feel sort of like an endless or a amorphous unhappiness or guilt about it because it's within the confines of my budget, and my behavior, no matter what happens to it, it's always going to kind of hit that ceiling. It's always going to hit the walls of the budget and not be able to spill outside of that, if that makes sense. I don't know if this is making any sense. This video is already just fallen off the wagon. Who am I? What am I doing? Gah. Let's proceed. So the other thing that I bought that's makeup related is this magnetic palette. And I've already showed it to you in my palette declutter, my eyeshadow declutter video. I love it. I love it. And I did a little hemming and hawing. I wasn't totally sure. It took me some time to realize that what I truly wanted was one huge magnetic palette in which to keep all of my single eyeshadows, rather than one for my mattes and one for my shimmers and one for my blah, blah, blah. I realized that I want one big one so that I can see everything. And I showed this in that other video, but I'll show it again. It's beautiful. And also it's different because some of the shadows have since been removed and put into a small magnetic palette for traveling. When I linked that palette in my eyeshadow declutter video, I clicked through the link to see if it was still available and it was listed as $24. So I don't know if the price has gone up or if it's just gone up for me. I think that they do that on Amazon sometimes, like different prices display to different people. I feel like it's still well worth it. Honestly, if I had to go back and do it again, I would pay $40. So those are all the makeup and makeup related things that I purchased this month. It was the Urban Decay lip gloss for $20, the NYX lip liner for $2.99. I didn't say the prices of these things before. The NYX soft matte lip cream for $6.77 and the Adept magnetic palette for $20. So all told, I spent almost $50 on makeup and makeup related things this month, about a quarter of the budget. I think I did the same thing last month. All right, so the next category is clothing, and perhaps the most interesting category. I realized that I needed to buy underwear and bras this month. I thought it was going to be something I needed to replace right at the end of the no-buy year, and then in January I had other priorities, and I was just like, these old things are fine, they'll do fine. And then towards the end of January, I started to really feel like, honestly, I started to feel like some of my shirts and sweaters weren't looking as good as they usually do, weren't fitting as well as they usually do, and I was like, does one's body change this rapidly in one's early 30s? Which I'm sure is part of it. I think I'm 34 today. I'm turning 34 on this day that I'm filming. And I do think once you start getting into your mid 30s, which is I guess what I'm in now, your body starts changing and things start sagging and looking differently and clothes stop fitting quite the way they always did. It occurred to me that it was probably a little bit of that and a lot the fact that all of the elastic on all of my bras was completely blown out. I don't wear underwire bras at all. I don't even own, I think I own one underwire bra, but it's like a sexy time bra. It's like a really, really pretty, fancy piece of lingerie. But in terms of daily wear, I only wear bralettes, like soft elastic bralettes. And my favorite brands are Base Range. I have a couple of bras from them, and Sloane and Tate, both indie underwear brands, really gorgeous but expensive pieces of lingerie. I have maybe 4 or 5 that I have been cycling through during my no-buy year. All the same general kind of either cotton or bamboo stretchy jersey with an elastic band. And all of them have pretty much given up the ghost all at the same time, because that's a lot of wear if you're wearing one every day for the whole year. And some of them are older than the year. Like, it's not like I bought them all right at the beginning of my no-buy. So I realized that I needed to replace my bras, and I did what I always do. I went on the Sloane and Tate website and I put 2 bras in my cart, and then I was like, it's gonna be like $60 or $70. That's almost half my budget. No, I just couldn't do it. So I hemmed and hawed for a long time, and I ended up going on Poshmark and looking, and lo and behold, there was a listing. Someone was selling 2 Sloane and Tate bras, very, very lightly used. She said they'd been washed and worn just a couple of times, and I bought them. So if I had purchased the 2 bras that I was eyeing on the Sloane and Tate website, it would have come out to around $70, I believe, including shipping. And the Poshmark listing was for $25, I believe. I bid, you can bid on Poshmark, so I bid $19 and she accepted my bid. I bought the 2 bras for $19 and then I had to pay shipping. So I ended up paying $24.49 for these 2 bras. That's less than the cost of one new on the website. I hope nobody thinks that this is gross. I mean, I know that bras are underwear, but there are no mucous membranes around the torso. It's not like they had bodily fluids on them or something. To me, it's just like buying a t-shirt, like a small, tight t-shirt. I am delighted. I am delighted with the way that that resolved. When I realized that I needed new underwear, because I was getting to the point where I needed to throw out several pairs that I had been wearing all during the no-buy year, I remembered that I had gone to Nordstrom's and I had looked around on the website and I had found a really great underwear brand that I think is called Naked, and that they were super comfy, felt like wearing nothing, really lovely, and they had been some of my favorite underwear over the course of the year. So I was like, I'll just buy that same 3-pack that I bought on Nordstrom's right before the beginning of my no-buy. So I went on the website, I found the same 3-pack, and it was like $45. It's gonna be $50+ with shipping. And I couldn't believe that I had bought that really expensive underwear without thinking at the beginning of my no buy, or before the beginning, it was at the end of 2017. My memory of it was that I was like, this is perfect and affordable, I guess. That was what I thought. This is perfect and the right price for me. But the reality is that those underwears, that pack of underwear is wildly expensive for me. Now that I'm more aware of the context of my life, my income, what I want to save, what I want for myself, I shouldn't have been buying expensive 3-packs of underwear from Nordstrom. That's just not my life. Now, I should say before I go on any longer down this path that I do value quality undergarments. I don't want to have a bunch of poorly made garbage undies flying around in my house. That's part of why I needed to replace it, because I'm kind of an underwear minimalist. I just have the pairs that I like. Years ago, actually, at this point, I developed the habit of making sure that every undergarment sparks joy, because I really like feeling like what's closest to my skin and what's inside my clothes is something that's fine. So I'm not against investing in that kind of thing from time to time, and I might do it in the future if a day comes where I need to replace my underwear again and I'm feeling a bit more flush. I think that what was going on this month is that I didn't have very much budget. I mean, I didn't, if I had bought my 2 bras and my 3-pack of underwear, that would have eaten up a majority of my budget. It would have been most of it. As much as I value nice under things and as much as I want to make sure that I really enjoy wearing every one that I have, every piece of under thing, this video, I just didn't want to spend that much money on it. So the end of this long underwear story is that I bought underwear at Costco. And if I can find the pack that I bought, I will leave it linked down below. It's mostly cotton with a little bit of modal. It's pretty nice. It's totally fine. I don't love it with the passion of 1,000 burning suns, the way that I kind of feel like I did the naked underwear from Nordstrom's, but the pack was less than $10 for 8 pairs of underwear. The colors are fine. You know, it's not like something that I aesthetically reject, that I'm forcing myself to wear because, you know, I don't want to spend my budget on underwear. It's not like that. They're perfectly fine, and they don't upset my aesthetic sensibilities. They don't make me uncomfortable. They work perfectly well. I spent $10 on an 8-pack of underwear from Costco. I totally refreshed my underwear drawer, moved on with my life, and didn't give it a second thought. I say I didn't give it a second thought, but I do have a bunch more thoughts about that. I'm going to talk about it in my check-in because this video is already getting unwieldy, to say the least. And then the last clothing item that I purchased is this sweater, but it came about in kind of a funny way. I returned the pants that I bought from Aritzia with the gift card at the beginning of the year because they didn't fit. And so then I had this gift card and I spent the gift card on this sweater, but just like the first time I spent a gift card at Aritzia during this year, the thing that I bought with the gift card cost a little bit more than the amount of the gift card. So I ended up paying, I believe, $29.95 of my own money from my budget to make up the difference between what I have on the gift card and the amount that this sweater cost. So I took that out of my budget. I had to. 2 accessories entered my life. Well, no, actually 1 has not yet entered my life. That's actually all I have to report about that. 2 accessories were supposed to have entered my life this month, and one of them is the thing on which I spent the biggest piece of budget this month. It is a pair of glasses from the brand Key Australia, blue light glasses. They're just so cute. And I am really serious about my sleep quality. I did read a bunch of research when I was considering buying these glasses about the claims of blue light filtering glasses. So the claim is that we take a bunch of blue light into our eyes. Blue light isn't bad for you. It's just the frequency of light that triggers you to be awake. So it's actually good to have blue light in your eyes in the morning And it's not good to have blue light in your eyes after the sun sets because it inhibits the production of melatonin, which is like the sleepy drug, and it can throw your circadian rhythms off because your body thinks it's daylight all the time as long as you're looking at blue light. All the stuff about like wearing the blue light glasses so that you don't get headaches and don't ruin your eyes. I'm not sure I quite believe that, because what I read indicates that blue light isn't bad for you. Like, there's blue light in the sun. Humans have been absorbing blue light through their eyes forever. It's not like something that you should try to protect yourself from. But what I want to do is to wear the blue light glasses in the evening or like during the second half of the day so that my melatonin production isn't inhibited if I'm working on my computer at night or working on my phone at night. And also, they're really cute. And let's be honest, it's like half health thing, half fashion accessory. I'll put a picture of the ones that I tried to buy up on the screen, the ones that I bought but don't have yet up on the screen. I ordered these glasses, like they were one of the first things I bought. It cost $40.50. I think that the Key Australia blue light glasses are more like $50 or $55 if you buy them from Key, but I bought them from a vendor that carries Key. New York Glass is the name of the shop that carries Key Australia, and I went to their website. They had a code or something. It was like I was able to find a code, or they were having a discount, something, a sale on their website. So it ended up that with shipping, I paid $40.50 for these glasses. The next day I got a shipping notification like, yay, your glasses have shipped. And actually, I feel like on the website, they were like,
we ship really fast. You should buy from us because we're really fast at shipping.
So right away, they were like,
we shipped your glasses.
I was like, yeah. And then the next day I tracked the glasses through the tracking number because, you know, it takes a day for it to enter into the system. And it said that they hadn't left the warehouse yet. Like, a shipping label has been created, but they haven't been scanned in. And that's still what's going on. They still have not been scanned into the system. They still haven't been officially shipped. I think I ordered them on February 11th, and today's February 27th. So I fear that something has gone awry. And at this point, I kind of wish they would just cancel my order. I've sent them a couple of emails. I don't know what's going on, but it remains to be seen whether I actually will have spent $40 of my February budget on these glasses. If they never arrive, or if I manage to cancel the order, I'll just refund myself the $40.50 back into my budget. And then the other accessory that I bought in February is also eyewear. It's these sunglasses. This is my only pair of sunglasses now, and I bought them from a street vendor in downtown LA. They were $5, and I'll probably break them at some point, but that's okay because they were just $5. And when that happens, I'll go and buy another pair from a similar source. So I'm extremely pleased with these. I love how weird and kind of retro video game goggle-ish they look. The last thing that I bought this month is kind of annoying. I had to buy it because I needed it while we were in Portland. So I left my deodorant, when we packed to go to Portland, I left my deodorant behind, and on the first day that we were there, I went to the grocery store and I bought myself my same deodorant. It was annoying to have to spend the $8 that I spent on something that I didn't need to buy in the month of February. And even though it's a utilitarian thing, this counts. Deodorant is the kind of thing that I wasn't allowed to buy during my no-buy year unless I completely ran out of the one that I was using. This counts as a replacement for body care, which isn't explicitly stated in my 4 categories: makeup, skincare, clothing, homewares, but I myself know, I know in my heart that this is the kind of thing that I don't get a pass for. Even though it was practical and utilitarian and it was a replacement, the $8 had to come out of my budget. So if one were to total up all of those items, one would find that I spent $167.54 on beautiful things in the month of February this year. And if you take that out of my $210 with which I started, I am left with $42.46. Not bad. Not bad, because $42.46, that's like kind of close to $50. I kind of feel like I saved about a quarter of my budget this month. That I am a bit proud of. Even though I feel like this video has been kind of rambly, I am going to quickly squeeze in a review of a couple of things, show you a couple of things that I received through Octoly. This is the Sol de Janeiro Coco Cabana Cream. It smells exactly like buttered popcorn. They have all of this hoo-ha on it about toasted coconut, blah, blah, blah. Exactly like movie popcorn. Like it really... No, you know what it smells like? A buttered popcorn jelly bean, which I wasn't totally sold on at the beginning, but it kind of grew on me, just like the Boom Boom cream. It's like, it's so sweet, it's so sickly sweet, and then the more you surround yourself with it, the fluffier and cozier and more delicious vanilla-y you smell, and you kind of just melt into it, and it's like you're a piece of candy and you're melting in someone's mouth. However, and this is the very short review that I have to give, this makes my skin burn. It burned in the way that like a lip plumper does. And I thought it was on purpose. I was like, there's something in this product, it's supposed to heat up your skin. That's what it felt like, hot. It didn't really hurt or sting. It just felt hot. And I was like, ooh, is it supposed to heat up your skin? Like, is this some function that I didn't read about? So I looked at the thing, nothing. I looked it up online. There's nothing about it heating you up. Like, and I got hot, like my skin got hot. And so I did some more online research and I came across a few people here and there in forums asking the same question. A few scattered voices here and there on the internet saying, has anyone else experienced an intense burning sensation with the use of the Coco Cabana cream? And everyone else was like, no, we haven't. And then one person had gotten some communication from a customer service representative from Sol de Janeiro who had said, it's not supposed to do that and you should discontinue use. Then I also read that they're reformulating it, and I wonder if maybe that's part of why they're reformulating it, and I'm sure as I can be that I got the original formula. So some of you are going to be shocked and horrified at this, but I did use it again after that first experience. I did use it again because I had no adverse reaction. I didn't get a rash. I liked the smell. It only heated up my skin for a little while, like it didn't last very long. It was just kind of this weird thing that happened upon application. And I don't really have sensitive skin and I don't have any allergies that I know of, so I've used it twice and it was the same both times. That was the other thing. I wanted to like use it again because I'm reviewing it and I wanted to see if it happened both times. If it happened both times. I'm not sure I'm going to bring myself to use it again. That is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you are remembering to take extra good care of yourself right now so that you can be the most effective version of yourself as you do your work in the art.